Hi there, this is Rivera, the Itinerant Librarian, and I'm coming this time to highlight a few books that we have recently received here at Hutchins Library, Berea College. These are books that I'm adding to my TBR list and that I hope to read down the road. So I have a bunch of them. So let's just go ahead and get started. Let me pull a few of them. These are in no particular order, and given that I read fairly eclectically, all sorts of topics as well. Excuse me. Let's start with Goodbye Religion, The Causes and Consequences of Secularization by Ryan T. Cragen and Jesse M. Smith. This is published by New York University Press. A little bit from the description, one of the largest changes in American culture over the last 50 years has been the increase in people exiting religion. This book explores why there has been such an upswing among those who identify as non-religious and what the societal implications are of this move towards less religiosity. This is probably similar to a couple of other books I have read on the topic, so we'll see how that goes. Again, the book is Goodbye Religion. It is published by New York University Press. Let's do a little bit of fiction. We finally got our copy of Synopticon, a celebration of Chinese science fiction. I am currently in the process of reading Xenophagia, which is the celebration of Chinese horror. So the minute we got that in, I went ahead and ordered the science fiction one. It's 13 stories, all translated for the first time into English. So looking forward to reading this one as well. Again, the book is Synopticon, a celebration of Chinese science fiction. It is published by Solaris. Next, a little bit of book history. The book is History in Flames, The Destruction and Survival of Medieval Manuscripts by Robert Bartlett. That's the book right there. Now, let me pull the information on this book. Let's see, it says, this focuses on the manuscripts of the Middle Ages. History in Flames explores cases in which large volumes of written material were destroyed during a single day. The destruction does not occur by accident of fire or flood, but by human forces such as arson, shelling, and bombing. The book examines the political and military events that preceded the moment of destruction, from the Franco-Prussian War and the Irish Civil War to the complexities of World War II. I'm always up for a good history book, especially when it's a book about books and reading, so we'll see how that one goes. Again, the book is History in Flames by Robert Bartlett. It is published by Cambridge University Press. Next, a little bit on technology and social media. Please excuse me. The book is How Technologies of Connection Tear Us Apart. This is the book page right there. It is written by Nicholas Carr, published by Norton and Company. From the telegraph and the telephone in the 1800s to the internet and social media in our day, the public has welcomed new communication systems. Whenever people gain power to share information, the assumption goes, society prospers. Yeah, right. Super Bloom tells a starkly different story. As communication becomes more mechanized and efficient, it breeds confusion more than understanding and strife more than harmony. Media technologies all too often bring out the worst in us. Tell me about it. Celebrated commentator on the human consequences of technology, Nicholas Carr reorients the conversation around modern communication, challenging some of our most cherished belief about self-expression, free speech, and media democratization. It sounds like a very timely book, given the hard times we're going through right now. So I'll let you know how that one turns out. I actually ordered this one for the library myself. The book again is, get the title page, Super Bloom, How Technologies of Connection Tear Us Apart. There it is. Here's another, something a little different. This might be a good one for Black History Month. Well, you can read it anytime. The book is We Are the Leaders We Have Been Looking For, put together by Eddie S. Glaude Jr., or Glaude, published by Harvard University Press. There it is. It is based on a series of lectures, the W.E.B. Du Bois lectures done at Harvard, I think around 2011. And it looks a little bit at persons like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Ella Baker. So it doesn't look like it's too long. It'll make a nice reading for the month. Again, the book is We Are the Leaders We Have Been Looking For, published by, I just told you, Harvard University Press. Next, staying on, going back to history, one of my colleagues ordered this one. It's the Teutonic Knights, The Rise and Fall of a Religious Corporation, published by Reaction Books. There's the cover page, the Teutonic Knights. Let me pull the information on this book. This book provides a concise and incisive introduction to the Teutonic Knights, or Teutonic Order, the last of the great military orders established in the 20th century. Evolving into a powerful religious institution, the Knights left a profound and enduring legacy. The book traces the order's journey from a field hospital outside the walls of Acre during the Third Crusade to its remarkable rise as a major territorial ruler and power in northeastern Europe. It charged 3 centuries of theocratic rule by this remarkable religious corporation. And that's part of what caught my eye, looking at the Teutonic Knights as a corporation. So let's see, it's a compelling look at a pivotal force in European history. So a little something different, looking at some European history there. Well, let me see, get the fun stuff, some of the fun stuff. We just got this at our library. It's called Kentucky Y'all, a celebration of the people, culture of the bluegrass state. It's one of those travel and trivia books that I often like to read. From the description, when people think of Kentucky, 3 things usually come to mind: bourbon, Colonel Sanders, and the glamorous Kentucky Derby. Add college basketball to that list, and you got a superfecta. So, Kentucky Y'all, a celebration of the people and culture of the bluegrass states, an entertaining and informative compilation of the state's favorite oddities, cultural quirks, traditions, and rites of passage. Oh yeah. So if you need to learn things like what is beer cheese, who was Bill Monroe, this is the book to get. So it's one of those nice trivia books that I often like to read a little bit at a time. So again, the book is Kentucky Y'all, a celebration of the people and culture of the bluegrass state. There it is. It's published by University of Kentucky Press. Something along those lines. It's Appalachian Folklore Unveiled, Mysterious Happenings of Folk Spirits and Mystic Shades from the Ancient Foothills. This is the cover. It's published by, who the heck publishes this? Castle Books. I'm reading this for 2 reasons. One, well, I live in the Appalachian region now, even if it's just the edge of Appalachia. And 2, it falls under esoterica, so I'm always looking for good books in esoteric and occult to read. So embark on a journey through the Appalachian wilderness and uncover the cultural traditions that gave rise to some of its most timeless stories, beliefs, superstitions, and omens. Explore the legends unique to Appalachia and enter the realm of the unknown with tales about mysterious creatures, ghosts, demons, monsters, and cryptids that roam this lush land. That does sound kind of like fun, doesn't it? So the book is Appalachian Folklore Unveiled, right there, published by Castle Books. There we go. Going back to a little bit of fiction. Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio, eerie and fantastic Chinese stories of the supernatural, published by Tuttle Books. This is the cover. This is a superb collection of supernatural tales compiled from ancient Chinese folklore by Bu Songling in the 18th century. These tales of ghosts, magic, vampirism, and other things bizarre and macabre are wonderfully translated and annotated by the acclaimed sinologist Herbert A. Giles, and best read with the lights turned low on a quiet night. Ooh. One reason that I picked this book up, besides the topic, it's because, if I recall, it's mentioned in one of the notes in the book Xenophagia that I'm currently reading. So I figured, okay, I should probably pick this up at some point. And here it is. The book again is Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio, Eerie and Fantastic Chinese Stories of the Supernatural, published by Tuttle Publishing. There we go. And we're almost done, two more. Literacy in America comes next, a cultural history of the past century. Literacy in America. This is a history of literacy in the United States over the last 100 years. I'm a librarian and a former school teacher, so of course I'm interested in literacy. Told chronologically and supported by hundreds of research studies done over the years, as reported in scholarly journals, the work sheds new light on the important role that literacy and reading in general have played in this country since the 1920s. Literacy is a key site of race, gender, and class, offering insights related to the social and economic inequities embedded in our institutions. So I understand that literacy here is the ability to learn to read versus specifically reading, the act of reading. So should be interesting. Literacy in America, a cultural history of the past century. There it is. This is published by Roman and Littlefield. And I save what I think maybe the best for last in this batch, and that is this big picture book here, Abandon America, The Age of Consequences. I have seen this project on social media every so often. They post photographs on the feed, which I have found very interesting. So I finally decided to get the book for the library. From the description, throughout the ages, mankind has been fascinated by the ruins of previous societies. The desire to gain a greater understanding of our past has driven archaeologists, artists, and scholars from across the world to study the vestiges of lifestyles that have vanished in an attempt to capture their mystique and beauty. This book, originally intended as an examination of the rise and fall of the state hospital system, Abandoned America grew to encompass derelict factories and industrial sites, schools, churches, power plants, hospitals, prisons, military installations, hotels, resorts, homes, and more. Through his collection of writing and photography, the author has spent the last decade documenting the ruins of one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known, our own, aka the U.S. The book is published by John Gillespie Publishing. And this is the cover again. I'm really looking forward to this one. All these books I will read when I get a moment, and I will post a review on my blog, The Itinerant Librarian, so you can feel free to keep an eye out for those. If you managed to stick this long, thank you for watching. In the words of Walter Mercado, mucha paz, mucho amor. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.